Pivot tables let you quickly summarize and explore your data, and Pandas makes them easy to use. Chris Bruehl from Maven Analytics here, and in this video I'll show you what pivot tables are and how to create them in Pandas. Pivot tables are a great way to create summary tables of data. They differ from our traditional aggregations, and to be honest, I tend to stick with our group by and ag for most use cases, but there are some very nice use cases for pivot tables that we really can't approximate with group by very easily. And if you're coming to us from Excel, you're going to find right at home with pivot tables in Pandas. Let's take a look at the similarities between pivot tables in Pandas and pivot tables in Excel. So to create a pivot table in Pandas, we need to call the pivot table method on a data frame. We need to specify which column we want to be our rows, which column we want to form our columns, which values we want to aggregate, and how we want to aggregate those values. In Excel, we would do something very similar. We have columns, which is the same argument in our pivot table method. We have rows, which is equivalent to our index in our pivot table method. And then our values in our pivot table method is going to be broken up into two parts, our values and our ag func. But otherwise, it's very easy to create the same pivot tables we would in Excel, in Pandas, and vice versa. One of the major differences is that we don't have a filter argument in Pandas, but that's because we can easily filter our data frames by using the query method, Boolean logic, and other tools that we already have learned in this course. So we can always filter our data frame before creating that pivot table, and we can create the exact same pivot tables you would in Excel. So just diving a little bit more closely into the arguments here, we have the index. So we want to specify a column. The unique values from that column will form the rows in our pivot table. We then specify our columns column. So the unique values from the column we specify in this argument will become our columns in our pivot table. We then have our values. This is going to be the column we want to aggregate. And then we have an ag func. What aggregation do we want to perform on those values in that column? And finally, we have an optional ability to add margins to our pivot table. So let's take a look at one in Pandas. Here we specified family as our index, so each unique family in our data frame becomes a row in this pivot table. Our columns are our store number, so each unique store number in our data frame becomes a column. We then specify that we want to aggregate sales, and our ag func argument specifies we want to sum sales. And so that's as simple as it is to create a pivot table in Pandas. And now let's take a look at adding margins to our pivot tables. So here, by specifying margins equal true, we're able to add margins, which give us nice row and column level statistics. If we look at our column on the right hand, that automotive has the highest sales of all of our product families. And if we look at the bottom row, we can see that store number 3 had the highest value of sales across all of our stores. And so specifying this margins equal true, we'll add these margins that give us these row and column level statistics, with the corner being the grand total. Now let's take a quick look at these in a demo. All right, so let's go ahead and pivot our Premier League table. And why don't we go ahead and make our rows? So we'll specify index, our home team. And then why don't we go ahead and make our columns our season? So we can take a look at how each team does by season. And let's take a look at home team goals. So our values are going to be our home goals. And let's just go ahead and calculate a sum to start. So our ag func is going to be equal to sum. Our index, our home team, each unique team in our table becomes a row. Our columns, each unique season in our data frame becomes a column. And the values within the cells of our data frame are going to be the sum of home goals for each combination. So for example, in the upper left, Arsenal scored 31 total goals in the 2008-2009 season. A few other things we can notice just by scanning this pivot table here is we see a lot of NaN values. And so if you're familiar with Premier League football, you might know that there's a concept of relegation. So not all teams get to stay in the Premier League every year. You have to do well enough to earn your keep. Otherwise, you'll lose your spot to another team. So Chelsea, which is one of the best teams in the Premier League, stayed in the league every year. But a team like Bournemouth only has one season in this because they didn't do well enough to break into the league until the last season we have in this table. And so if we want to filter this table, we can call the query method, for example, before doing this. This is a very big pivot table and it could be a little bit hard to analyze. So perhaps you want to filter down to just a few key teams.
Hey there! Just so you know, if you're enjoying this tutorial, it's actually part of my 22-hour data analysis with Python and Pandas course at Maven Analytics. So if you want more hands-on practice and full-length lessons, make sure to check out the link in the description. All right, now back to the lesson.
You could do something like home, team, in, and let's just look at Arsenal. Add my second quote. Chelsea, and let's say Everton, why not? And then let's close our second quote and our paren, add our dot, and there we go. So we can filter before we create our pivot table, and this can often make our pivot table more manageable and a little bit easier to analyze. And now that we've done that, let's go ahead and add some margins. So margins equal true. And now we have some nice column and row level statistics. So if I wanted to understand which team scored the most goals in this period, we can see Chelsea scored 333. And they were greatly helped by this 68, which is a crazy number of goals in the 2009-2010 season. If we wanted to look at which season had the most goals, it's going to be the same season, just quickly scanning across. And across all 8 of these seasons and all 3 teams, there were almost 900 goals scored. And if you want to look at the average, our margins will work pretty similarly. So not surprisingly, Chelsea had the highest average because they also had the highest goals. Our denominator is the same here. On average, our team scored just under 2 goals, with Everton really lagging behind Arsenal and Chelsea. And then, we can continue to analyze this table.
If you're looking for more ways to level up your Python skills, make sure to check out our self-paced courses, guided projects, and create your personalized learning plan for free at Maven Analytics. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more data content just like this. We'll see you in the next one.